There are a lot of great places to visit during the summer. The beaches at the shore are amazing. The mountains are incredible, and the lakes are the greatest. But this year, my first stop was somewhere else, my local Volkswagen dealer. I got a terrific deal on a new Jetta, and those available features like adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitor, and front assist are great to have in summer traffic. Now I think I'll head out to some of my favorite summer destinations. Like, all of them.
Test drive the Volkswagen Jetta this summer at your local Volkswagen dealer.
It's the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast with the Enforcer.
I believe they're called enforcers, Gordon. I sell women's shoes.
And the Stallion.
Stallion, baby! I am not what you would call a handsome man. I'll kick you in the nuts and you'll smile at me and like it. Oh, nice!
Welcome to another edition of the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast. We are your very angry, very agitated, short-tempered, reaching for the bleach hosts. He's the Stallion. I'm the Enforcer. Welcome, Joe.
We're all in on this episode.
Oh, yeah, we're all in, baby.
It's going to be a good one, man.
2K18, 2K17, I should say, as the Stallion coined it roughly 2 weeks ago. Reach for the Bleach Tour. Summer 2017, coming to a town near you. There's Bleach Blast, the Great American Bleach. What else we got?
I found that sweet gif of some cartoon character drinking out of a bleach bottle. So
I think that was it was some show on Adult Swim. It popped me, man. It marked me for the day. Today sucks, but you know what doesn't suck is this coming show. Today on the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast, we've got Great Balls of Fire. God, that's just a stupid name. We've got a Great Ball.
What about the song though? Like, do you like the song at least?
Goodness gracious, holy potatoes! That song sucks. We have Great Balls of Fire reaction.
Holy potatoes.
Yeah, we've got a WWE Monday Night Raw recap. We've got a 5 count that I've been teasing since last week.
7 days, 6 days, 6.5 days, I think, since we last were on the airwaves.
Still holding.
You mentioned Great Balls of Fire, and you mentioned earlier in the year, you mentioned 2K17 and then 2K18. So I wanted to just drop some quick information for anybody out there. I don't know if anybody follows Wrestle Rumble on Twitter. They have a contest every month or every WWE pay-per-view.
I have a feeling it's going to piss me off, but go ahead.
Come on, man. Would I do that to you? I would not do that to you.
All the time. Here we go. Let's do this.
Wow, that's hurtful.
You wouldn't piss me off. Life pisses me off
Your
right
words are hurtful.
They sting like razors in my nuts.
They have a contest every pay-per-view asking questions not only about trying to predict match winners, but also some tiebreakers or I guess prop bets, if you will, about match times. And
did you win?
No, I did not win, but our friend BK has won for the second time, I think, this year. And he not only won himself some cash, but also a copy of WWE 2K18, I believe, as a result of his victory on Wrestle Rumble's Pick'em. So for anybody who is interested,
are you serious?
Yeah, that's a shoot.
What the? Wow. This guy is unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. Unbelievably talented, apparently.
Gifted, talented, lucky, handsome, successful, attractive. Future's bright if your name's Brian Kelly.
Yeah, it is. He's got let's put it this way: a great past, present, and future. How about that?
Beautiful family.
So great job.
Good job, BK.
By our friend Brian.
Yeah. And, if your name is Mike, your future sucks. If your name is Joe, it's up to Joe.
No, there's not much.
What did you? You know what? We're live. What did you tell me that you told a coworker earlier today?
Oh, just today?
Yeah. Or
I can't repeat some of the things.
You can't repeat it? I think the people want to hear.
I don't think people want to hear about how poor my life is going at my employer. But maybe we have some better things that we can talk about.
Well, I believe we would like to welcome to the show the one and only Thunder Rosa. Are you with us?
Yes, I am here. What's up?
Not much. How are you? Listen, if anybody's following you on the Twitter, on the Instagram, they know you were feeling a little bit under the weather. How are we feeling today?
Well, I'm doing better. Like I slipped in and I have to go to the doctor again, but it wasn't for me, it was for my husband. So I've been at the doctor's office for 2 days. Fun time. But I'm doing better.
We appreciate you making time for us here at the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast. And speaking of Twitter and Facebook, I want to give yours a plug at Thunder Rosa 22 on the Twitter, on the Facebook. And now, welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. I know it was hard to connect, to have Kevin texting me and then I have other people. I was like, oh my God. But it happened. I'm happy to be here.
Listen, those are the perks of being busy. Obviously you have a lot going on, and if people do follow you on the social media, they see every weekend, you're out there, you're hustling, you're working different shows, you're promoting these shows. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, you've been in the business, about 3 years, 4 years?
No, I started training in January 2014. And I debuted in October 2014. So technically, this is my 3rd year. So, yeah.
Now, you have been able to make quite a name for yourself, I would say, in 3 years. And not for nothing, social media means everything. 16,000 followers is very impressive. What's the secret to the success?
Honestly, just staying connected to the fans, and really making networking and working on different aspects of what wrestling brings, which is fitness, motivating other women, motivating just people in general. I think that's right now is what is helping me grow my my social media as much as we have. Instagram is growing really quickly thanks to that, and I have been able to get really good opportunities through Instagram because of how connected and how I respond to my fans personally, and I think that's the most important part of staying active and staying current is to respect the fans and give them the time that they deserve, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who allow you to be doing this full time, So that's what we try to do.
I think that's one of the best things about social media. And of course, it can be one of the worst things about social media. It's tough to put yourself out there. When you put yourself in the limelight, you kind of welcome anything that comes your way. But speaking of social media, Heel Face Wrestling has a video up called Thunder Rosa, This Life Part 1. Can you talk to me a little bit about that video, where it was filmed, things like that?
Yeah, it was filmed in Texas in April this year. I'm still waiting for my part 2, which I want to text the guy and be like, where are you? Because we have part 2 and I think a part 3 of it. So it was just the journey of me promoting the show in Texas, our first show, Sabotage show in Texas, which honestly, it was one of those weekends where I had a lot to think about. I had a lot to think about life, about wrestling, about me as a promoter, as a wrestler, and it's it was tough because it was the first time that the first time that I do that, something like that in Texas, because I did it in California for our first 2 shows, and it's not easy. Being a promoter and being a wrestler in the show is not easy at all, because I'm very particular about what we like to put on our shows, and with that I was able to show that. If you want something, you gotta work for it. That's how it's the story of my career in wrestling. I'm never wait for opportunities to come. We make things happen for us, and Sabotage is an investment that my husband and I were doing, So it's I have to make sure that it pays off, and then we have to put people in the seats, because that's how we're gonna build our followers for our show.
Yeah, and that was a really eye-opening video. I feel you were on the streets, kind of like your own street team out there, handing out flyers, passing out, small town, networking all the way to online and social media. I think you're kind of covering all your bases, and I think that's why fans can connect to you so well. You said, it's tough being a promoter and a talent on your own show. When did you decide to try your hand at promoting? Was that something that interested you growing up as well?
Promoting? Well, I did a lot of student government stuff when I was in college and in high school too. So I learned a lot of those, like flyering, talking to people, and promoting events through that. Because I was always very active, and because of my personality, I'm a people's person. I like to invite people, and I used to do the posters for our events and stuff like that, and passing out flyers and stuff like that. But for wrestling, I use all of that, and now I put it on our own promotion. I come up with the ideas for the flyers, because that was my position. One of my positions was event coordinators and stuff like that. So we did a lot of that, and also my husband and I, we used to do a lot of organizing for like rallies and walkouts for the college that we used to be part of. And we really got people together, and like when they believe in like the cause or whatever, they will come and walk out with us and do little rallies with us. So it was, all of that is something that I learned from school and something I worked before. So it's just not that hard, but it's still kind of hard because not everybody likes wrestling, and you gotta have to get people buy into your product. So, and that's what we're doing with women's wrestling, because believe it or not, right now, yes, it is popular and everything, but it is hard to fill a place that doesn't really have women's wrestling like that. Like I had this conversation with other fans, and where promotions that are established already, they can only bring about, half of the people that will bring in a regular show, which is a shame, because we just put as much, even as more effort than that are male counterparts, So it kind of like, it really breaks my heart when I see that. Like, see all this effort that we put in, and then we don't get the same result, And I feel like that's a lack of respect. I'm all about respect, and I'm all about equality in the business and equality in society. And I feel like in wrestling still we don't have that spot yet.
Yeah, I think, within like the last 3 or 4 years, there's definitely been a boom in women's wrestling. Now, growing up, were you a fan of professional wrestling?
Nope. Nope, not at all. I don't watch wrestling.
When did you turn to professional wrestling?
Not until it was like after college, I will say, or during college. My first show I was in college in San Diego, and we went to a house show for WWE. Then my big show was WrestleMania 25. That's when I started watching wrestling, because my husband was a big fan of wrestling. So he had me watching TNA when the knockouts were like super cool. You have Gail Kim, Lisa Varoon, OVD. That was like my favorite, because I'm kind of like that sometimes. I used to love OVD. That was like in 2002, 2003. You had me watching that, or it was like 2006, 2007. Sorry. Then I started watching like WrestleMania and like shows on Mondays. And then once I graduated from college and I came to the Bay Area, we were looking for something fun to do, and then we found local indie shows here, and I just started following. I thought it was really fun, really entertaining, and I wasn't into it for the wrestling. I was like the entertainment part of it, because it was just like, it will take me from my stress from work. It will take me in another different place, and I really, really enjoy that of wrestling. And then I was working on a rehab facility, and one of my friends, he used to be an announcer, and he kept inviting me to come to this show, and I was just like, man, I got no car, I don't go. He's like, just come. And then the day that we went to the show, he wasn't there, and that's when they announced that they would have tryouts. And my husband was like, hey, we've been coming for a whole year to this show, so I think it'll be fun if you try it out. And I'm like, bro, I don't do none of this stuff. Like, you're crazy. He's like, just go. All right, I'll go in sick tomorrow and try it out. And then I did the tryout, and that's how I got started pretty much.
That's a crazy story because a lot of professional wrestlers are fans growing up. So for you to pick it up, I would say a little bit later on in life. I mean, I don't want to throw out the term natural, but it seems like you're almost a natural, and that's not something that comes easy. So tell me about your tag team, Twisted Sister